I have a serious question now, or a statement. According to Japanese legend, when you cannot sleep at night, it's because you're awake.
Thanks, Tom.
Go. You're welcome.
Hey everybody, welcome to the committee, brought to you by Pack of Geeks. Welcome to episode 24. I am Cody.
I am Richard.
I'm Mucus. Wait, no, I am Tom.
And I am the symbol formerly known as Wild Card.
Okay.
I love you so much.
It's good.
So wonderful. Oh my gosh. That was great.
It's all because that record deal gone wrong, man.
Yeah.
It's all because that record deal gone wrong.
But, guess what, guys? Infinity War was dope. It was so good.
It was.
Calm down. It was alright.
It was great.
It was alright.
It was alright.
Just calm down. Just
calm
calm down. All right?
Just calm down. Just get on my level, fam.
Calm down for what?
But in case you've never been here before, once again, this is the committee where we're going to bring a couple topics to the table and we're going to talk about them and bullshit about them for roughly 45 minutes to an
Mostly
hour.
bullshit.
And hopefully
So much
you enjoy it. So, with that being said, we'll get caught up with each other real quick like we always do. Richard, how you been doing, buddy?
Doing great.
Doing great.
Oh, that was just barely in camera enough to work.
Doing great.
Fuck.
I've been pretty good. I beat God of War. Almost platinumed it in a week.
Boy.
Yeah. I got 7 more trophies. Collect
Damn.
bullshit and that's it.
I've had it since day one and still haven't wrecked it.
Awful.
Sad.
Yeah,
I know.
sad.
I know.
Sad.
Boy.
Boy.
And then after watching Infinity War, I'm just watching all the Marvel movies again, all the way through.
I just really want to play Lego Marvel now, and that's the problem.
Do Lego Avengers. It's
I was
better.
about to say, do you want Lego Marvel or Lego Avengers?
I want to play Lego Marvel superheroes because it's got everybody in it.
Yeah, Avengers
Okay.
is more for the
Yeah, it's just
movie
MCU.
movies,
Yeah, but
Yeah.
Marvel Superheroes 2 has like 299 people.
I know
in
it does,
So it
yeah.
just makes
True.
it better.
Yeah.
Yeah. That just gets all my nostalgia boners going. So I'm
Yeah, what you been doing other than
prefer
that?
version
That's
of that.
pretty much it, man.
Pretty much it.
Yeah.
Nick, what you got?
Bought a house.
I know you did.
Oh,
He says it so distraughtly. My house. Being an adult.
No big deal.
shit
I,
don't stink. Being more grown up than the rest of you motherfuckers.
I bought into the American dream in hopes that I
Was
don't
this
kill
a
myself.
So I want
Wrong.
I'll
So
actually
here's
have
the-
a real
here's this
place that
wonderful
can't
thing,
kill
though.
myself that I can call
my
myself.
thing that Nick tried to sell all of us on this house with, and it's not our house, but he was like, guys, we have a saltwater pool. And so in my eyes I went, wait, he said we. And then he goes, we can have parties. And then it's when it hit of, I don't think Nick understands how much expensive it is, or how expensive it is to keep up a saltwater pool.
I was gonna say, you said saltwater, I was confused. I was like, what the fuck? That's gonna be really
Saltwater
expensive.
pools are not fun to keep up with.
And I'd say they're pretty self-regulating.
Just don't drink the water.
I don't know much about them, but
Come back in a month and a month and a month and a month, and we'll see how like slowly Nick
I
Nick-
fucking
Nick-
hate
Nick is just like, $8,000 later the pool is refilled.
It's there's a way to keep the audience.
I was gonna say,
right there. See that continuing.
Nick
drama.
breaking outside the millennial shell.
Yeah,
It's true.
Owning a house.
I am proud of you for buying a house, even
have
if
a
you,
saltwater pool.
even if a saltwater pool might be the death of you.
30-year mortgage.
Hey, bro. No, that's what when we were talking to the bank that time about like trying to like split buying a house. Like we were just
Turn the AC
like,
off.
we were like 30 year. Like someone was like, "Oh, you're definitely going on a 20-year mortgage." I was like, "I want a 30-year mortgage, so it's cheaper, please."
That's gonna blow for me.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
I was like, I know it's the same price over time, but I'd rather give you $200 a month than $385.
Yeah, but we'd rather you not stiff us on the bill, so we're gonna do $385 a month. instead of $200.
Yeah.
Go fuck yourself. Yeah, that's welcome back. Hey, people of speaking. God damn it! Fuck you with this Jameson and ginger beer. It's delicious.
I know it's delicious, dude. Drink of the
So
champions.
speaking of people coming back month after month, or week after week, episode after episode, motherfuckers, nobody has like done the things. We got 5 movies to give away, and the instructions were in the last fucking episode. So fix your shit.
It's right
Get these
here.
movies.
Episode 23.
Get
Those
these
movies are available and they can be yours for free as long as you use the right hashtags. Go
But
back,
you-
listen to that last
But where
episode.
can
you'll
they
get it.
find all those episodes at,
You
Cody?
can find all those episodes, Nick, at facebook.com/Pack of Geeks and on YouTube. Go subscribe to the Pack of Geeks channel. like that notification bell. That way you get the episodes when they come out the first time, so you know that they're out. That way you don't have to go check to see when it was uploaded. Guess what? It's going to be uploaded every Friday. Every other Friday, technically.
Don't be a
But
basic, don't
you
be a
can
basic
check
bitch like me
if it's
and
there.
actually have those notifications turned on.
Yeah, turn them on. Get them going. Get on Facebook. Put first to view, and guess what you're going to see? Us right when you log on. And we would love it. We appreciate you, the consumer.
Please and thank you.
Tom, what have you been doing?
Yeah,
You didn't buy a house.
I did not. I don't know. I'm not talking about my future right now because I don't know what that is. Like, future's in the future, and this is now.
Meta.
Saw Infinity War, enjoyed it. Didn't see it again.
Already seen it twice. So.
Yeah. Oh, well,
Oh,
I'm sorry my dick's not as
Mr.
big as yours.
Elitist.
Oh.
Well, I'm sorry that a lot of, which is it's tripping me out that I've seen it twice because I forgot that we watched it a week ago. and so for that, it's like, oh yeah, we watched it really early.
I'm just slowly going from like Michael Chiklis in the Commish to Michael Chiklis in the Shield.
Oh, I thought you were going to say it's Fantastic Four.
Yeah, all right. No, so I'm getting slowly down to like full bald, like just like shave, like Vince will have his dream of having a bald bearded brother.
Hey.
Yeah. So we're
It's okay,
slowly
Tom.
getting there.
In 5 years, I'll be right there with you.
Bro,
True.
just why wait?
Why wait?
Yeah, no
Why?
fate but what we make.
No,
Richard.
dude, fuck that. You need to go Hulk Hogan.
Yeah, just nothing right here, everything right here.
Well, no,
Alright, bring it back. I'm bringing these motherfuckers back.
Well,
You
no,
gotta bring the Hogan
yeah,
back, alright?
The Dahmer glasses.
Yes.
No,
Right.
it's. Did y'all ever know my original plan? Like
No.
when I was like younger than y'all, I was like, no, it's eventually all this is
a
gonna
while
go.
ago.
That's true. It was quite a few years ago. So eventually, when all this goes, I'm just gonna like grow all this out and just like have the ponytail, like the old man ponytail, but it's gonna be like Patrick Stewart level, like
Paul
hairline.
Heyman?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, fuck
Yeah,
Paul
exactly.
Heyman hairline?
Yep, accurate. So yeah, and then just have the ponytail based on that. My ex
Awesome.
hated that idea. It was great. I loved it.
When's that going? When's Steven Seagal Tom happening?
It's whenever this finally like it gives up.
Okay.
Cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
or I just decide to shave that and I just do the Patrick Stewart stuff, and then like, after that, it's
Dope.
just all that shit's gonna get grown out into your ponytail.
Mm.
Be that 60-year-old.
Dope.
Yeah, it's just that you
Love
know
it.
that 60-year-old, that motherfucker.
Yeah.
It's like just like cut that shit off. Go behind him with a pair of scissors and cut that shit off.
And to wrap it up, I've done jack shit, boys. I have worked day in and day out.
Make that money.
Hey, bro, it was able to. The second I was able to walk in and just like, I looked at Kayla and I went, I'm buying a pair of LeBrons today. And she went, why? I went, because I can.
Right? No, I bought new shoes.
You did. We
I
both bought new shoes.
We both bought new shoes. Yeah, no, after
Like adults.
Yeah, exactly.
I bought a house.
guys-
You bought new shoes.
Fuck yeah.
We're all grown up in our own way.
After
I played video
yeah,
games.
Exactly. After 3 fucking years, yeah, I finally like
No,
replaced those New
yeah.
Balances.
No, I bought my LeBrons yesterday, which this comes out Friday. So
Accurate.
when I bought them on Sunday, like Kayla was just like, "Why? And I was like, "Well, because I can, and it's not going to hurt my wallet for once." And she was like,
Math.
"Wow." I stopped and I went, "I know that's a wow for me too. I was able to buy shoes today and not go. How am I going to eat for 2 weeks?"
Yep.
So it was real nice.
I went into Shoe Carnival with a budget, and I was like, I can get 2 shoes for the price of 1. Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah.
But
So, and,
no.
and a pair of, and 6 pairs of socks, and I still came in under budget. I was proud of
But
myself.
no, yeah, I went to Movie
I
Tavern
adulted
yesterday
hard.
and rewatched Infinity War. It was
Did you actually buy food at the movie tab?
I did.
Wait,
My nachos were
was
okay.
Was it as mediocre the second time?
Fuck you.
Oh.
Fuck you.
Just trying to
That's a
trigger
good joke,
everybody.
Tom.
Thanks. Funny joke.
I like this.
I don't
I
want
hope
to
you
go.
zoom in my face because I totally looked at the camera and was like,
Yep.
But no, yeah, I
Trying
bought
to trigger
food at
everybody
Movie
to do
Tavern. It was I bought nachos with chicken, and then
Were they nacho chicken?
nacho chicken, and then
was it grilled chicken? Shredded
it was
chicken?
like grill, like it was like shredded chicken, but not
We're gonna
shredded.
know the origin of this chicken.
So
10 years of it. It'll
10
lead
years of
up
it.
to an Infinity War
for that chicken.
of chicken.
But
Yeah.
18 short films later.
But no,
Sure.
it was good. I bought that, and then bought my drink, and I bought my
Ticket?
like alcoholic drink as well.
Okay.
And so my total was like $30 altogether.
That's not
Because
terrible.
my alcohol was $9 because it was like this
For
weird
both of y'all,
mixed
or-
drink. No.
Okay.
No,
I was about to say,
Best
that's
Buy paid for Kayla's food. So
Oh,
Oh,
um,
no.
smart.
yeah, but But no, yeah, for mine it was like my nachos were like 10 something plus like so much to add chicken, but it was like ginormous. And then
You get it before you go into the theater?
no, they bring it to you while you're in there. Like you order
before-
in the theater.
Does it come to you before its movie starts?
Depends on when you order it.
Okay.
They get you into the theater. Your ticket time is for like 25 minutes before the movie starts,
Gotcha.
and then your movie time is for like 8:55. So we were supposed to be there at 8:30.
Okay.
So we had 25 minutes for them to get us our food, take our orders, everything like that, and it's a waiter per row. So it's like
I just like your description of Kayla as the climax happens, and then like the rest of the movie goes, and she just like slowly like sits up in her chair.
yeah, because you have to push the button, and so when the first like the second like the line I'll give you is when Bucky goes, Steve, what's going on? She goes, and then everything starts happening. She just goes.
I love that visual.
And like that, and then
So
she
good.
like cuddles up to herself in the chair of like sitting Indian style, like just being like,
No.
Oh yeah,
like that.
I forget
For
that
the
she
last
can do
10
that
minutes.
because she's fucking short.
Yeah,
Yeah, dude.
she's a tiny thing.
oh, also movie tavern, not good for people my size. And there was a dude that was there with like the training trip.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how he was comfortable. He was like, that was like the most comfortable movie experience I've ever had. And I was like, bro, you're like 4 times my size, and I was like in that seat like, this is not comfortable. This is unreal, because it was Kayla's tray, my tray, and it's just like you can't move them. They're not detachable, so all you can do is go. And so you're just kind of like,
It's not like that 6th grade auditorium shit where you can just like go like flip it up and like pull it.
oh, that shit
pull
would
it
be
down.
dope, especially if like you got into the movie late. Like there
Do
were
you
people
realize
in
how
our theater.
loud that would be? Holy crap!
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But no, yeah, it's dope. It's the first time I've been to like a dine-in theater because I just usually avoid them.
Get off your phone.
And so, like, just being able to go fill it was nice. But, you know. But then we asked for a water refill for Kayla, and it never showed up. So 2 hours later, it was just like, all right. But then this is how bad it is.
Did you have to tip them? How much you tip them?
I give him $5.
Okay. Didn't even get you a water refill?
Whoa, big spender.
Whoa. My total was $30, and he bought me 1 drink.
He only filled my coffee 1 time.
That's
I expect
right.
my coffee to be filled 6 times.
No. My rule for
Yeah.
alcohol is $1 a drink.
Yeah.
Unless it's a cocktail, $2.
What's special, Cody? If he had taken you out back and sucked you down, would you go over 15% for that?
It was 15%.
Okay, that's $4. I know, yeah. That's why I asked if you would go over 15%.
Maybe.
What do you mean you don't tip?
Good time.
What do you mean?
But
Tip.
before we get into the first topic,
Spoilers for Reservoir Dogs.
very quickly, what'd you think of the Venom trailer?
Looks mediocre. CGI looks
What?
hype.
Not your time to talk.
It's just the trailer itself just didn't impress me.
Okay. All right. That was going to be my question.
Your time.
I mean, it's same. I agree with Brandon's comments that Brandon Williams, friends of the show, hold on. I agree with his comments that the CGI for him like grabbing the motorcycle out from the air.
Oh,
that
yeah,
looks
that's bad.
That looks bad.
Okay.
That is bad.
I'll agree with that. The rest of Brandon's argument is stupid. Because it's like he never read a Venom book.
Exactly. No, the rest of Brandon's argument is like null and void. But and love you, Williams, but you're wrong.
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 So
Wrong.
anyway, it's
Dragon
that's-
energy, guess.
he's my brother. You're my brother, Anakin. Sorry, just memeing out. Yeah, no, it was fine. It's serviceable. We actually get to like see the creature. I get to see the powers like now instead of just the black coming up. It's him screaming in a fucking MRI like scanner. So I'm more interested in this movie
Fair
now
enough.
than I was.
I thought it was cool.
Mm-hmm.
That's just
Yeah.
Like I think the only reason I think it's cool is it looks better than the Venom we got last time, and I think Tom Hardy's could be a good Eddie Brock. He looks like he plays a good Eddie Brock. Everybody there's a couple things I pointed out to a buddy a couple days before the trailer came out. I went, as long as he talks to himself, as long as I get to see the symbiote like crawl up his skin to take it over, and as long as I can see him being a journalist, like legitimately, there's a part of the trailer that won't let me down. So what did I get? I got him talking to himself.
You got all three of those.
Got it doing that, and him actively being like a journalist.
Yeah.
And so I was just kind of like, okay, there's hope. At least they're doing that. But my thing is, like, everyone's complaining about, like, I get it. The CGI is not going to look great. They didn't have that big of a budget. But which is bad if you're doing a Venom movie, because you kind of need a budget to make that suit look good. But I like that in the trailer you can see the white right here. So it's going with that, like, Ultimate logo to where it's just, like, the logo all over.
Right.
Like, type thing. So that looks dope. I like that they're going with, like, the different storyline than what you would expect it to, because it's, you know, for all we know, he hasn't met Spider-Man yet. That symbiote hasn't touched Spider-Man yet, so we don't know what's going on.
Within the trailer, if like that's to be believed, it has not met
Yeah.
Spider-Man yet, so you're not going to get any of that. It's just going to be
But,
Eddie and
I enjoy
that, not Gwen Stacy.
I enjoyed what I got out of it, other than the motorcycle scene.
Motherfucker, you gave me 15 seconds. You're like 5 minutes in.
Go, Richard, go.
Topher Grace.
Well, you stopped. I thought you stopped. So.
No, I'll play devil's advocate. It's fine.
I love you. I love you so much.
No, I think it looks fine. The CGI looks
so
fine. It's whatever.
I didn't think the CGI on the first one was bad,
Yeah.
personally.
No, I didn't think it
No.
was bad. I just thought it was a bad movie.
That's fair, man.
Yeah. Spider-Man 3, it's not great.
First half of that movie,
It's all right.
absolutely awesome.
I just,
Second half of that movie,
the one problem I had with the Topher
you,
Grace version.
you mean the half that like fucking
that Remy
right
actually wanted to make.
that he
I
actually
was gonna
gave a
say
shit
the
about?
only problem with the Topher Grace version is that it only does the full face once, and then he has it off the entire rest
Yeah,
of the movie.
that's
They should have just went full.
accurate. Yeah,
That's the problem I had with that.
That's fair.
Which
So if
is the
this
prob-
movie,
that's the problem
if
you
this
should
movie,
have with that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And if this movie keeps him in
And he kind of
that
just
moment,
looked like Spider-Man.
creature-wise, they look similar.
Right.
They very similar.
And it's
Like-
it's in that movie they were supposed to explicitly.
No, I mean like the Venom and Spider-Man 3 and this one look similar to me.
Oh, I don't think they look similar.
I saw side by side,
Yeah.
and they
They're
like
very close.
it looked pretty close. It was like the only difference is that you still have like the Sam Raimi like indented line costumes from like a Spider-Man suit.
Yeah. But we'll see.
Yeah, I saw that too.
Yeah. I'm not gonna watch any other trailers.
Fair.
So
That's
Dope.
That's
Yeah,
just
I
the
can
new
see it.
problem.
Yeah, no,
That's-
he's been doing that. And it's been working out great.
Avoid all trailers and
Yeah.
come in with a clean slate for the most part.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
It's. I mean, I hope they clean up that motorcycle CGI, but other than that, it's,
Yeah. They've got enough
I'll
time
fucking
to-
watch it. Yeah, I'll watch it.
So dope. Yeah, cool. That's that.
Yeah.
Infinity War was rad. Venom trailer, not terrible. So topic
Venom
number
trailer.
one.
I've seen worse.
I've seen worse.
literally.
Just. But topic number one of two. And two is going to be shorter than this one.
Yeah.
Music.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Narrow that down, son.
Music,
Well, that's the thing is we're going to start it with.
music.
We're going to start it as that. But we're going to start it like this and just basically go in a roundabout music history for us.
Which we talked about before.
Kind of.
We've touched on,
When
yes.
some
Yeah.
stuff, yeah.
But not to the degree we've had to do.
Yeah.
So, what can you remember being
it was wild.
the first like music you were introduced to?
Well, I mean, I grew up with like doo-wop and stuff that was on the oldies stations when. Yeah, I mean, when 94.1, yeah,
Yep.
when 94.1 actually played 50s music,
when it was the
50s and
oldies
60s
station.
music, and
Yeah.
then we just kept listening to that station, so then it morphed into 60s, 70s, and then
yeah.
80s
Yeah.
and stuff. So I
And
mean,
now it's morphing in the 90s and
when,
early 2000s.
when they started playing 90s, I was weirded out the first time.
Well,
I was like, what is this?
And
This
it,
is
I
a
was
classic
having,
rock.
I mean, obviously, this is a quick sidebar. Where there's, of course, there's a thread on Facebook that I'm talking about, and it's like unpopular music opinions. But I was talking to a kid that was born in '99, and it's like music post '96 will not have any lasting effects that music '96 down to about 55 will have. Like that music is cemented as like music that can still stand test of time, no matter. I see it 50 years still having relevance. Led Zeppelin's still going to have relevance. Pink Floyd still going to have relevance. certain 80s artists will still have relevance. Certain 90s grunge bands will still have relevance. But after about 96, when the grunge era died,
So
like-
so not the butthole surfers.
yeah. I mean, well, because he was talking about like, boy bands,
Right.
are like going to have. And I was like, no, boy bands are a gimmick. Like we do karaoke.
Absolutely.
We sing boy band music because it's fucking funny.
Yeah.
And it doesn't you don't
Not
walk
wrong.
around with a fucking
Not
Backstreet
wrong.
Boys t-shirt on.
No,
You-
but-
you walk around with a Grateful Dead t-shirt on or
Right.
some shit like
Well,
that.
it-
Like,
I still think that there's gonna be.
So you guys say
groups
that.
out
I
there-
almost bought a Britney Spears t-shirt the other day.
well, that's kind of gay.
It was tie-dye, and it's the original Britney cover of her, like, sitting there, like... And I was going to take the cutoffs off and put, what up, bitches, I'm here to stay!
My only argument to that would be like, at the time, I'm sure in the decade, like the 70s, they're like, oh, this stuff isn't gonna last.
I'm no doubt.
I think that there's gonna be certain groups from the thousands and.
Well, that's what you said in
2010s that are gonna
96.
carry
Right,
over.
The
Well,
first
I-
thing that came to my mind
There's
is...
not gonna be as many.
Yeah.
There's not gonna be as many for sure as like the classics, but there's
Right.
gonna be like 3 or 4 or 5 groups that are gonna be like, this is what defined that decade.
Yeah.
And
Right.
they're gonna carry
Well,
on.
you see hipster
Yeah.
music enthusiasts now that are big into record collecting and
Right.
stuff. Like they are the ones that are actually preserving
Exactly.
older
music.
music.
So-
Older
so
music,
in-
but like I said, it's not music really post '96.
That's true.
That's
Yeah.
being kept.
Well,
on
it's
CD
in,
era, so.
the boy band like formula can be broken down with the John LaJolie video that I showed you last week, or the fucking Da Vinci's Notebook title of the song. It's just
Yeah.
you can make a parody of that and still make a fucking boy band song because it is so objectively formulaic, which is why it's not going to survive. Those songs are not going to survive.
Yeah.
Others like it's like certain Britney songs, certain
pop
Christina
songs will
songs,
survive,
certain
yeah.
other songs
Yeah.
will survive the test of time. But the
we
majority of like the majority of like 98.
Well, when
the
we're
majority
older-
of Backstreet Boys and fucking NSYNC, like
Well-
they're not going to survive.
Yeah, it's like, well, like, when we're older, our Madonna is Gaga. Stuff like that. Like,
Yeah, oh no,
that'll be
they're-
the,
they're-
that'll be the
they're-
one that we
I
listen
agree.
to that our
Yeah,
kids are
that's what I
like,
mean. There's gonna be
oh,
certain.
there's gonna be artists.
Speak for yourself, Joel.
There's gonna be
Which are-
artists and
yeah.
CDs and things that will stick out, but
Yeah.
it just won't
It's
be
like-
like whole subsets of music.
yeah.
That's
yeah.
going to
I-
be
Well, like, the
agree
way
with
that,
that,
well, the thing that I'm saying, like,
which
as
is
well.
great because the 114-year-old that's going to watch this can be, what's a CD?
Yeah.
Like, no.
What's a computer? Get
Yeah.
the fuck out.
Yeah.
Apple,
But
get out.
but no, my thing is it's like with that, like we grew up like me and you, we had a buddy with Harry that his dad had this extensive ass music collection, out about just in a closet, any which way you opened a door, there were more
Playboys.
CDs, more records, everything
Wham,
that you could
bam,
find in the
thank you,
house.
ma'am.
And so it's like on that though, of course there was like Madonna, there was Zeppelin, there was AC/DC, there was everything that we knew, and then like
I think
for stuff like us later on, our kids will look at if we have music collections or a library of music, stuff like that. They'll look at it and they'll be like, "Who the fuck is Bruno Mars? Who the fuck's Lady Gaga?" The same stuff that we did to "Who the fuck is Madonna? Who the fuck is Michael Jackson?"
I just
stuff
flashed
like
all of
that.
us having kids. I'm like, who the fuck are we to have kids?
But it's like that's what I mean. It's like every generation has those legacies like that I think will stand forever.
and now that I'm thinking about it, like
And like you said, 96 earlier.
like I
first
said,
thing
96
that-
is my year. Like when I'm because I've been listening to actually a lot of
Yeah.
early '90s music, and then like when I start looking at the CDs that actually influenced me as a musician and or things that I really like, nothing's really post '96. Like
Well-
and that's when you see grunge is starting
Yeah.
to die out,
Yeah.
and
Well,
and pop music is taking
It's because they all started killing themselves or dying off
right,
heroin.
rate,
Rip.
radio pop and in the corporate
Or
industry
Courtney Love was killing people.
it has now taken.
Accurate.
The corporate industry has now taken over music as we know it,
true.
and from about that
And so
and that's what's killed out. That's what killed out grunge music. As I'm
true,
watching,
yeah,
it's
yeah.
like
Yeah.
It was the rise of the
That's
modern boy band.
But
well,
but
there's
as
what the
well-
record label killing to sell records.
Right,
They were just signing things
Yeah.
and be like, nope, gotta change that.
Yeah.
It wasn't letting music breathe anymore.
Right,
And it
yeah,
became
But-
exactly.
formula.
It became formula.
But the main thing
it's
that
the
I brought
rise
up
of the
with-
modern boy band.
96 is like Foo Fighters.
right.
That was the
Well,
start
Foo
of a
Fighters
new
are an
era.
Foo Fighters are an exception that made it out and would have a mark in the middle of just trash. Like it's like, oh, it's a Foo Fighter album in the middle of all this trash. Like, but then again, people don't like Foo Fighters, and I can understand why they don't like Foo Fighters too.
It's weird. Like
They're
I
formulaic
heard
as
their-
well.
Oh, I
They-
heard
they
their new.
can't-
They have their own sound, and Dave Grohl is just an eccentric person that's been able to keep his career alive because he embodies like what people want to see. Like he,
Yeah, that's true. He's able to sell an image that he has cultivated, and he's good at it.
right. Sorry, we've gotten way off topic from like
Yeah,
Nick
not
starting.
really, not really.
Nick started. What is Tom? What got you into music? Bro?
Yeah.
No, the exact same thing. The oldie station. That's all my parents would listen to on the fucking radio. And it wasn't until 92, 3 that I randomly heard. It's like true story. Randomly heard a Blessed Union of Souls song, I believe, on like KLAZ. Like my sister was starting to listen to it, and I was like, oh shit, I really like that song. I want to hear that again. And say it's because I couldn't identify the title of the song, because that was back in the day when you couldn't Google that shit.
Yeah.
Right.
So I had to just
Yeah, I can't go, okay, Google, what's this song?
Exactly. So I just had to listen to fucking KLAZ over and over and
Hope
over
my
and over
phone
and over
heard
and
that.
over and over and over and over again. Yeah, I really hope it turned out to.
It was like,
But yeah, I listened to it for like months before I like heard the song again, was able to identify it and like get like either the artist or the album or the song title. And then from that, it's just like listening to KLAZ, trying to find that song. I
Yeah.
just grew into like 90s music.
Right.
Like,
Okay. That's
from
fair.
The 50s.
That's understandable.
So so then based off that, it just like extrapolated out. So yeah,
Oh.
and it fell in love with like grunge and shit like that.
what about you? Because I'm going to go last, because mine's fucked up.
Yeah. You think so?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay.
If
Sure
you
you're
beat
not
me, then I just might not go.
Sure, you're not
Uh,
basic bitch.
Oh, just wait.
Yeah,
It's
because I
bad.
didn't really listen to music until I played fucking Tony Hawk Pro Skater 2. I was like, this shit's dope.
What were you? Fucking Mormon?
Nick, I was the only child.
Your parents?
Yeah,
didn't
that's
let
what
you
made
listen
me listen to music.
to music? And your parents didn't let you listen to music?
No.
That's
the
the
thing.
He doesn't have a
No.
sister, he can't listen to music.
That's the thing. My dad
I don't have
had
an
a
older
lot
sibling to
of
teach me that.
records and stuff, but they never, I don't know if they never thought about showing me what they had. Because he had like Rush, Def Leppard, Van Halen,
He had decent taste.
AC/DC, like all that shit. And
better than my dad listening to Steve Green. Love you, Dad.
so like,
Steve Green.
so like, I don't know if it was Pro Skater 2. It might have
Andy
been.
Grant.
I do remember the Pro Skater
No,
2
Pro Skater 2
soundtrack.
soundtrack just
being
when
very
you
good.
first start that first level and the first thing you hear is
But
down, down. It's just like yes.
ADD. But it was I don't remember which Tony Hawk it was, but it was the one that had TNT on it, and
Oh,
I
yeah.
just listened to it over and over,
Unless he has 3.
probably. And I just listened to it over and over, and my dad was just like, "Where are you playing?" I was like, "Oh, I'm playing Pro Skater." And he's like, "Oh, is that TNT from AC/DC?" I was like, "I guess. I don't know."
guess.
He's like, "If you like them, I got stuff so that you can listen to," and that's how I got into like classic rock, and then like that just branched off into like brand new Taking Back Sunday. 2004 was a big year for me.
Yeah.
MCR. I just listened to indie rock, and
Yeah,
then
2004 would have been like their
now
way
it's
out
just
hit.
like random alternative techno pop punk
Yeah,
bullshit.
what bummed me out was when I realized that the older alternative stuff that I was listening to on the modern rock station started showing up on the classic rock station as
Yeah.
the newer stuff. I was like, oh no. And I did the math, and it was like 15 years. And just, it's been consistent. Like 15 years
Oh, I
later,
heard
that's
learning-
when it's learned, it deemed classic.
when I
That's when
heard
it could
like
go
I
on
heard
classic rock
Nirvana
station.
on the classic rock station, and I was like, okay, that's getting about that time. But then I heard Learning to Fly
Yeah.
on the classic rock station.
Yeah.
I went, no, too far.
Yep.
We're going
Too soon.
too far.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, shit.
No,
Yeah,
so
it's
musical
when
taste-wise-
shit I was listening to after I graduated high school
Yeah.
was on the classic rock station. I was like,
Like before that all started, the only stuff I really heard was like Britney Spears, NSYNC, like pop stuff. That's the
Okay,
only
so
thing
mine's
that
not
was
as
really
bad.
on my radar until like later on.
I say that, and I guess quick side back. The music I remember owning as a kid was Mom had Madonna and Garth Brooks cassettes.
I'm
So-
getting there, dude. No, I'm getting to a point
So
where it's
I was a
about to be real
huge
weird.
Garth Brooks fan
Yeah.
as a kid.
About 2006, I had
so-
a Beatles crate.
And my dad was a huge country fan. So when I went to school in the morning, he listened to George Jones,
yeah,
Hank
so-
Williams
Alright.
Sr.,
all right.
Yeah, so
Conway
I basically,
Twitty. So then I had that kind of like sound too.
and so I'm in the same boat because I grew up with my grandparents. Like my dad worked early morning to like 5, and then I don't know what the deal was. Like I just never went home until my mom got home. My grandparents just always kept me there, and so I always like for the first millions of years of my life, it seems like I just if it wasn't like my mom's day off or like weekends or something like that, like I was with my grandparents. And so the only thing they listened to was country. And so, like, I knew more, like, Tim McGraw songs, Celine Dion, like, Garth Brooks, Brooks and Dunn, just all this different stuff like that I could have had. Like, I knew all of those songs growing up. And then when I was, if it was like my mom's day off or something like that, and I was driving in the car with her, it was only Elvis or Elton John.
I knew your mom's Elvis. I knew your mom's obsession with Elvis.
Elvis, yeah.
I knew
and
that.
so for
Which
the
I always
longest
thought was
time in my
funny,
life,
because my mom hates Elvis.
yeah, and so for the longest time in my life, it was always just those, like, this and this. Like, that's all I ever heard. And then sometimes they mixed onto stations. But then I remember Backstreet Boys came out. And I listened to the Backstreet Boys all the time. And then I listened to NSYNC all the time. And then I listened to Britney Spears. And then Uncle Kracker. Like, those were the albums I had.
God damn.
Those were that. No, when he played Downtown, homie, and he started fucking playing.
Bro,
What's that?
Follow Me?
What's the? Yeah.
Started
Follow
playing
me.
Follow Me?
My favorite thing was Milton going, being drunk, just going, follow me. And we were just walking home because we were like, fuck
That
Uncle
was
Kracker.
pretty
But,
that was,
it's
that was a
like,
good moment in time. I'm glad I was there for that.
I owned like those like 4 anytime they put an album out.
Dude,
like, it was like,
everything
cool.
is all right.
Here we go. Well, I say that only album I owned by Uncle Kracker was that first one. But and then stuff like that. And so, like, my parents would always buy me country CDs. And so I remember, like you, my first, like, era out was, like, when I started playing Tony Hawk. And then, like, video games, like Tony Hawk, though, and then Linkin Park came out. And when Linkin Park came out, me and Harry heard the song somewhere, and we went, dude, that's really awesome. And then so my mom still worked at Kmart, and so the new POD and like all the stuff came out the same day, dude. Same, it was when Alive came out, and so all those albums came out the same day. And so my mom used her discount and was like, "Cool, it's like $10."
Please tell me
to
one of
get
you owned
everything.
Puddle of Mud.
Oh, dude, I did. What's up, homie?
Thank you.
But
I'm just
but so
glad
I bought those, and then like with
I had a
Tony
cousin-
Hawk, like, I got into CKY that way. I got into him that way. I got into the Ramones. I got into the Misfits and, like, all that different stuff. But then that kind of, like, took a back burner because, like, no one else I listened to or, like, that I worked with, that I, like, hung out with were listening to that. And so that's when, like,
Childhood
you and
was
Harry
working.
were listening to, like, classic rock all the time. And so from, like, 3rd grade to, like, 7th grade, I listened to a shit ton of classic rock.
And that's where I think my big change was is I wasn't listening to a whole lot of Pink Floyd or Zeppelin and stuff until I remember I knew what the songs were, and then when I would hang out with Harry and Randy would like we're gonna listen to like Led Zeppelin 1, 2, 3, and like that's where it's like, oh shit, this music's dope as fuck.
That's what I remember
How
about
old
growing
were you
up.
when that was happening?
Led Zeppelin 3 is still under.
What, we were like 10, 11?
8, 9, 10.
I was
around that area.
Zeppelin
If you
hit
draw
me
my
when I
elbow,
was like
I'm
closer to
fucking-
14 to 15.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So
If you draw my
my music
What?
if you draw my
career, whatever you want to call
Right.
it, it didn't happen until like later. I started playing drums at 10, but like didn't really listen to stuff until
Right.
later on.
Fair.
Gotcha. That's fair.
Like
Yeah,
my
no, I
drum
just-
teacher influenced a little bit because it would always play like
Well,
classic rock
and that's
for,
with
like,
me
drum beats
with-
and stuff.
I started playing drums around 8.
Yeah.
They were messing with drums at church, and then getting
'Cause he would
the
just,
guitar at 7.
He would
Or
like
7,
play
yeah.
the tape or
11.
whatever, and be like, "Hey, can you match this drum beat?" And I would listen to it and be like,
Well,
"Yeah, okay."
and that's how I feel I got into a few more things too, is when I started playing guitar, Bobby being like, hey, have you heard this band? Mm-mm. Well, here. He'd play a couple songs, I'd be like, I can vibe with that. And then he would just be like, well, what song would you like to learn? And I'd be like, I don't know. And he would pick a song by him. He'd go home, listen to this over and over, tell me what you can do next week. And be like, okay, cool. And so I would do that. So that's how I got into more. I didn't listen to a lot of Floyd at Harry's, but that's how I got into Floyd, is he got me on to Wish You Were Here. And so I would just listen to that whole album over and over. And then I listened to
I did get some
Animals. Is that what it's called? By Pink Floyd?
Yeah.
With
Yes.
the pigs flying and everything? Yeah.
Yes.
And so I listened to that one too, because the way I liked Pink Floyd were more the EPs. To where it was like, oh, there's only 5 songs? Dope, I want to listen to this. And so,
5 songs are like 20 minutes a piece.
yeah.
No,
Well, that's what fueled my love for a long time. I
thinking
only
of
bought
Echoes.
EPs
That's true,
because I was
man.
you're
like,
thinking of
dope.
Echoes, and literally the
Yeah.
entire B-side is
Yeah.
just one fucking track.
My
of 25
favorite-
minutes long.
Well, no, here's my thing. So, one of my favorite albums is Francis the Mute by the Mars Volta.
Okay.
It's technically only 5 songs long. But if you put that into like Windows Music Player, it's 15 songs.
Right.
And because
Okay.
Francis the Mute itself, like, or not Francis, but like Vida Vlakasis or Vlakasis is 1 song, but it's broke down into 5 songs.
Well, it's
because then it will stop
subparts.
on Windows
My-
Music to go, and you're just like,
My
okay.
answer for topic 2 is in fact technically 1 extended song, but not really, but kind of is.
Dope.
The
But yeah.
first time I heard Pink Floyd, it was like the Dark Side of the Moon,
Yeah.
Wall, that kind
Right.
of stuff. I went to iTunes
Well, I
one
remember
night
hearing
and
those
listened to
songs.
like their psychedelic '60s stuff.
Yeah.
And their song "Fucking Bike" is fucking
Yeah.
dope.
Bike is good.
I
Yeah.
got a
If-
bike.
if-
Yeah, it's just
if
like, what the
you
fuck?
actually sit through Echoes, it's really good. It's "Shine On You Crazy Diamond."
See, I can't really listen to Pink Floyd until they had David Gilmour. Like,
Yeah.
it's just...
Shine On You Crazy Diamond live parts 1 through
Oh,
7.
I think that one
Par-
was the first
parts
one
1
with
through
him.
7 on
Was it?
Echoes. That
Oh,
it's
that's
that's my preferred version of Shine.
I guess I'd say my favorite parts of Pink Floyd are like when David Gilmour is like centrally
Just
a guitar.
crazy.
Yeah, he gets to lead out with guitar more or less.
Dope.
Because he's probably one of my favorite guitarists. He just knows how to make a
Yeah,
sing.
how about that? To go with that, who's your favorite guitar player?
That's tough. Like,
If you were to ask me 20 years ago, Joe Perry.
that's
Okay.
fair.
Just
Joe
to
Perry,
be-
no, Joe Perry's a
Joe
solid
Perry
guitarist.
is fantastic. So that's a good answer.
People say it too much, but Jimmy Page is up there for me. But
No,
Jimmy
is
Page
good.
is fantastic.
Page is really good.
He's a good guitarist.
There's gonna be a lot of people we name that we're like, yep, those are good guitar players.
Yeah.
See, I have like 3. Like, and that's the problem is I have like 3 that's like, personally for me as a guitar player, my style is built around kind of these 3 players, and it'd be Hendrix, Gilmour, and Tom Morello. And I really love Tom Morello
Yeah.
because
Morello's good.
Tom Morello changed the game.
he changed the game on how I perceived guitar and how to use it. Because
He
everybody,
also changed how a lot of people perceive politics. I'm just kidding, that's a different conversation.
he's a dirty fucking
you
rotten
hold, don't you
commie.
tell me.
It's a different time.
Trust me, as someone who's gotten older, it's like, God damn it, you fucking asshole! Why can't you grow the fuck up?
Look forward to Trigger Talk coming here.
But yeah, no, Tom Morello. I would like it's hard. I would say Tom Morello's my favorite guitarist, but he's my favorite because of his use of
Everything that's not on a guitar.
his way of making the guitar and using pedals versus the play styles of Hendrix and Gilmour that I use in my own stuff. I use those styles while incorporating the sounds and ideas of Tom Morello and not just riffage from Tom Morello for the most part. So
As far as
Dope.
I'll say drummers, top 3 drummers for me is like.
Well, I was gonna go the drummers after
Yeah.
this because I had
okay,
drummers
go,
too.
go with whoever guitarist you were gonna say.
Old guitarist, Hendrix, Page, Clapton.
Yeah, Clapton.
New guitar players.
George
new ones,
New guitar players.
Well,
I've
Mayer.
already got
George Harrison.
Mayer.
on
Mayer.
Mayer's one of the best. If not, like Eric Clapton
Yeah.
said, he is like
Yeah, well, Mayer is the
John-
new. He's the
an
new
autistic
king.
savant. All right,
Well,
like,
what I was gonna say is he is,
John Mayer's pretty
but I was gonna say Toast Nabasi,
okay,
Gary
that's-
Clark Jr.
That's fair.
and then
Gary
after Gary Clark
is
Jr.
amazing.
He's
I was
good,
going
but
to say-
I as much as I like him and I think he does a great job, like I said, he's technically not nowhere near sound as say Mayer or several people.
Yeah.
Like Derek Trucks or several people. And,
Right, but
And then
but
after
he,
that,
he shows up on my Greta Van Fleet.
Oh, that's
station
fine. That's fair. No.
Alongside like Jimmy Page.
Yeah, yeah,
and
yeah,
fucking
yeah.
Led Zeppelin.
Oh, yeah, no,
he's a
fantastic
works.
guitarist.
Yeah,
and then
it's
after
gorgeous.
Junior White,
Yeah, Jack White.
I was about to say, I was
Jack White's
waiting
up
for
there.
somebody
I like
to say
Jack White.
See, Jack White's just not a good guitarist. Like he.
Oh shit!
Oh no! I pissed the kid off. It was 10th grade, first week of school. His name was Jonathan. Can't think of his last name, but
Fuck you,
he had a Nirvana shirt on, and he asked me, "Who's your favorite musical group?" And I went, "Go Eat and Cambria." And he goes, "Okay." Well, mine's Nirvana, and I looked at his shirt and I went, "I could tell." And he goes, "Yeah, but it's because he's the greatest guitar player that ever lived." I went, "Kurt Cobain is one of the worst guitar players that's ever lived. He just had a really good band behind him, and he was in the right scene to make that music work." And it worked because he had a good
I take back.
That's harsh but fair.
I
yeah.
take back my comment. Jack Black's not the best guitarist.
Jack Black's
Jack
pretty
White.
good.
No, Jack Black's not good. Kyle Gass is good. Kyle Gass is amazing.
Jack White is a good.
Also, I changed my answer. Kyle
Jack
Gass
White
is
is
the best
actually a
guitarist.
really good guitarist. his work on all of his stuff is very sloppy, and it does have a specific sound to it.
Yeah.
That's
and
why
it does not compare to a lot of like.
Yeah.
But maybe that's what also sets him apart, and that's what makes him good, is that he is distinguishable.
exactly.
I just do not care for his style.
Agreed.
When it comes to like ranking him in, he's not very in my top. Because Kurt Cobain's not a bad guitarist. That's okay. I used to say that because when I remember reading that shit and whatnot. Because when you start listening to nuances and you start picking apart, he did things on purpose. And you think that he didn't do them, but he did do them on purpose in those certain ways, and it actually helped change the tonal balances that should have been minors with major type notes on top of them. And you go, oh, I see what you're doing, because the music itself as well was extremely depressing fucking shit on very melodic, happy things. So it's a nuanced thing of it, but he's not technically sound like anywhere near in the game of good guitarists, but he was a decent guitarist.
Did he play an H string? No, Kurt Cobain's bad guitar player.
Shit.
Ended off. Fuck.
That's
What
your
you
only
got, Tom?
argument? Seriously, that's your only argument?
I just don't like.
So you
Kurt
said
Cobain's
Joe
playstyle.
Joe Perry was it? Now what?
Yeah.
It's, I mean, like, Kyle Gass is like fucking.
Kyle Gass is fucking my favorite
I'm not
guitar player.
joking, man. Like, yeah, I love Kyle Gass. No, I've been thinking on that, and I don't know. I can't just like narrow that down to whatever.
That's fair.
I mean, I still like Lennon and Harrison. It's just,
George Harrison's a
I
great
enjoy-
guitarist.
I
Harrison
enjoy,
was great.
I enjoy. I still enjoy the Beatles, man.
No,
Just-
yeah. I love the Beatles.
Oh, no,
from top to bottom.
I could argue that
I was
all
gonna
day.
say,
They
um,
are the best
for
band.
drummers?
I'm sorry.
Yeah,
They are.
dude.
As far as drummers,
I like Sgt. Pepper's. I like Abbey Road. There's not a single other Beatles album I like.
No, that's sad.
Revolver. Revolver is
White Album.
single-handedly- Yeah, that one too.
No.
But Revolver is like
It's-
when
but
they
it-
hit their stride.
I mean, it's like, but like White Album's like for like Rocky Raccoon, obviously, but also
Yeah.
Also
Back in the
Revolution 1.
USSR. I mean, there's tons of songs.
Back in the
on-
USSR is good, but Revolution 1, like that acoustic, like 68th take of Revolution.
Yes.
Yeah.
That slower version.
Well, I was gonna say,
is so
people-
much better than the
People
original.
hate on Ringo. He was a good drummer.
Yeah, exactly.
For the
Well,
time.
yeah, no, that was my favorite.
But he's
critique
not the
of-
best drummer in the Beatles.
That was
not
my
the best
favorite.
drummer.
That was my favorite critique of Beatles rock band.
Yeah.
Was that once people like actually started like playing along,
it,
like
yeah.
with it was like, oh no, this is like way more technical than we thought it was. Oh shit!
What made me realize that was when they had, I guess,
Trying to learn Beatles songs as a drummer, I was like, oh, this is okay.
It was
I
either
got this.
it was some
Yeah.
inductee thing where they did like HBO had something for the Beatles, and they did a segment where Dave Grohl, several Justin Hawkins or whatever, the
Right.
dude from Foo Fighters,
Yeah.
a bunch of those drummers actually talked about the style of Ringo,
Yeah.
and they were playing the drum beats, and you're like,
Yeah.
oh wow, and he's like, and they were talking about how
Yeah.
he did stuff, and it's like, dude, this is totally like, it changed the sound, like you can't do it because he would come from a fill, actually a cross hand versus, and that changes the complete sound, and
Yeah.
it's like, oh wow, I didn't really ever think about that.
Yeah.
And they're like how he approached beats versus like not doing a straight beat, but doing accent and stuff
Yep.
that
Yeah.
went with it.
I tried
okay.
so hard to mimic it when we were when doing Faded
So,
Flame. I tried it so hard.
So it's like Joe Perry's like just like standard basic bitch
it didn't
answer.
work.
But actually, Bradley
I
Whitford.
tried though.
Do what?
I really love Bradley Whitford, the actual lead guitarist from Aerosmith.
Okay, yeah.
Bradley Whitford is.
No, he's a great guitar. He's
fucking
just
love him.
never known because he wasn't the eccentric.
he's
He
never
wasn't the
properly
eccentric
featured.
one.
Yeah, I mean,
But why does
he's
Steven
featured on
Tyler
live,
look
though.
like he is a mom that's had too many mimosas on a Sunday?
Oh,
he probably is.
you mean Julia Roberts on a really bad weekend? Yes, accurate. I want to know that too. But yeah, it's I saw the Steven Tyler pick and I was like, Julia Roberts rip.
Oh, shit.
But yeah, no, it's Bradley Whitford is probably my favorite guitarist. I really like his work. Especially on like early Aerosmith.
Scott Stapp. No.
The guitarist from Creed,
It's pretty. Yeah.
actually really
It's
good
not bad.
guitarist.
And you got to see him do it in Alter Bridge every once in a while, just
Yeah.
be him.
No, he was
Yeah.
he was influential in my younger years as a guitarist.
It's early Alice.
When I liked butt rock.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Early Alice.
Tom
Everyone
and
had
Bob
a butt rock
Tom and Bob-
stage.
Top of my love for fucking Alice in
That
Chains,
was,
baby.
that was a
there's-
bonding moment.
That was a bonding moment for us. It was like,
What's up? Wait, you like Alice in Chains? Yeah, man. Down in a hole. What? What hole?
Still one of my top 5 bands still today.
hell yeah.
Yeah.
Always.
It's
Jerry Cantrell, forgot. Yeah, Jerry Cantrell is just a fantastic guitarist.
Yeah, hey, Alice in Chains is so good.
And that's
I
the
don't
thing is
care.
Alice in Chains can still do it today.
I know.
They can, yeah,
and they still
yeah,
are.
Yeah, the new guy that they got is he
Damn
works.
good.
He works. He works
Their
really well.
their 2 albums with them are great. I own both of them and still jam them. So.
Yep.
Fantastic. That last album with Stone and everything on it was so fucking
So we're going
good.
drummers now?
It's-
Is that what
Hey,
Yeah.
I like how we all got serious. We're leaning on
I already know who it is for drummers, so I'm not going to change my answer.
Okay, that's fair.
Mike
I
Portnoy.
looked up to the
Mike
Def
Portnoy,
Leppard
man.
drummer. I don't know his name, unfortunately,
Who?
but the Def
Def
Leppard
Leppard drummer,
drummer.
just
Because he's
The one armed
Yeah,
guy.
the
Dude.
one guy.
Some of the stuff he does is impressive.
Yeah.
For like how he figured out how to use electronic drum set for one in
So-
the 80s.
yeah. So with that,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
how he had to learn how to do it with one arm,
Mhm.
I'm really excited to see what the Ghost Inside do. I know a lot of y'all probably don't know who they are, but they got into a bus wreck about 2 years ago almost.
Oh, yeah.
It killed the bus driver, killed everyone that was in the other vehicle that they hit, and I believe I don't know if it killed any of the bandmates. I might be wrong, and one of them did die, but one of them lost an arm. One of them lost the drummer lost his leg, and lost fingers. Another guy lost part of his ear. All this stuff the vocalist could not talk for.
I'm excited
months.
to see how they overcome this fucked up tragedy they have.
Well, no, they've been.
You better
so,
create music that's
ever
better
since-
and accentuates
so,
everything that you've.
Ever
tried to
since
go
then,
through.
they've said that they would be on the final Warp Tour, and so this summer will be the first time they've played since then. And so they've been practicing and practicing and practicing, and they put the drummer put up the first time he was able to touch a kit after he got out of a coma, and he sat there and it was weird because he's sitting there and he's trying to play how he's always played, so he's used to just being the whole time, and he's just and just doing everything
Could
he
you not
can.
stomp on my floor, please?
And he's trying to do all this, and he's but him looking at it, but there's him playing simple stuff, and he was looking at the camera, and he was just yes, and people being oh, why would he be happy about it? I was like,
'Cause he's
well, yeah, if you're able to still kind of do what the fuck you've been doing to pay your bills for all this time, yeah, I'd be happy that I got out of a coma and was I can still play the drums.
That's fair.
Yeah,
I'll
but
give that.
yeah, that's my thing. I didn't know the guy from Def Leppard didn't have an arm until senior year of high school. So it's all good.
So outside of Ringo Starr, my favorite drummer legitimately is Dave Grohl.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's and not just his Nirvana stuff, also his Tenacious D stuff. It's
Well,
I just-
Tenacious D,
Yeah.
Well,
Foo
he
Fighters.
early
Well,
Queens of
first
Stone Age.
album of Foo
Yeah,
Fighters.
some Foo Fighters.
First album
Queens
Foo
of Stone Age.
Queens of
Yeah,
Stone Age,
Queens of Stone Age.
Probot,
Yeah.
Them Crooked Vultures.
Yeah, yeah. It's
Um,
just,
He was a
it's-
studio drummer for a while.
Yeah. He
wasn't
was. Yeah. It's a. I just.
He
I,
helped
I enjoy
him
I
and
enjoy his
Taylor
drumming.
Kirchick did the album No World for Tomorrow drums,
Taylor Hawkins. Yes.
and Dave helped write him with him.
Oh, did he? Okay. Trying to think.
Taylor Hawkins, not Kirchick.
Bro, that's a lot of porn.
That's a lot of fun.
Oh, so I can copy
Dude
him. My bad.
sucking dude in Conway. Go, dude. What are you doing, bro? That's weird, man. It's weird, bro. It's weird shit.
Oh, you going to see Elliot?
Yeah. Duh.
But yeah, no, mine was
Oh yeah, no, that was gonna be my other choice.
mine was Mike Portnoy for sure.
Mm-hmm.
My problem with Mike Portnoy is I honestly believe him to be one of the greatest drummers of all time. It just now sucks that he doesn't get the Grammy because he left to go be an Avenged Sevenfold.
Oh yeah. Oops.
And then when he came back, they're like, no, we thought you quit. We replaced you. And then immediately Dream Theater won a Grammy. And it's like, oh, fuck. And now he's not even in fucking Avenged Sevenfold because they replaced him with the guy from Confide. And then they replaced that kid too. So,
Jeez.
well, they had the drummer, as butt rock as they were, their drummer that died was a fucking great
Good.
drummer, and he wrote all their music. And so it was one of those things that you saw them struggle
Right.
for a while before they were able to go, all right, what did we do wrong? And it's like, oh yeah,
who we
your
are
drummer did everything for you. That's the problem.
Man, this drummers. Okay, so it is hard now that things are starting to pop. You're like, oh shit, I forgot about them.
No, there's Neil Peart too. It's hard to write out Neil
Neil
Peart.
Peart. Neil Peart. That's what I was gonna say. It was Rush's drummer, John Bonham.
John Bottom, always, dude.
Like when you
really
when
And
you,
his son.
when you isolate his drum sounds, it's like, dude, if only you had the recording quality we did now to have your drumstick out a little more, like you would be.
When you do a friggin' solo with your hands.
Well, there was. I
and
remember
cut your
on
hands open.
Halloween.
That's
It was
dedication, man.
like 2005 or 6. One of the channels was playing this Led Zeppelin live show, and I don't remember what song it was, but he played for 23 minutes for a solo.
Yep.
23
You should watch
minutes.
The Song Remains the Same. It's their concert album. Or
Like,
He has about 20 minutes. He has a 20
Yeah.
minute drum
Yeah.
solo.
with
it's-
that
it's
23 minute
amazing.
drum solo, me and my
Like-
dad sat there because it kept going, and my dad would just keep looking up like,
Because it's just
What
the
the
band
fuck?
basically taking a 20-minute break and him just still going.
Yeah.
Smart.
Yeah.
oh, I've seen people do it live. Like when we saw Muse,
Oh, yeah.
their keyboard player that he wasn't part of the band, he was doing something like this extreme stuff because the lead singer had to go piss. And so, like, all you saw was him hand the guy the guitar player and, like, run down this hallway. And then when he ran back out, he grabbed it and he waited. And the bass player stops, looks at him, and goes, like that. And then they popped back up and
Nice.
went, dun, 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 and went into a song. And I was like, damn, that was dope.
So yeah, I'd have to say John Bonham is probably my favorite classic rock.
Mm-hmm.
Modern day, Nick Crescenzo from The Deer Hunter.
Dope, yeah.
Yeah, he's really great.
Fantastic drummer. He can do all the styles. He has a very Bonham feel to him.
Josh Shepard.
Josh Shepard is a fantastic drummer as
Like,
well.
with Josh Shepard, it was like, I feel like that
From
first
Tony
time,
Cambria.
the first time he came back, it changed everything.
Oh, yeah, for
because
sure.
like the album where, like I said, like with Taylor
No
doing
World
the
for
album
Tomorrow.
and
No
stuff.
World for Tomorrow. Definitely like. I loved No. There was a lot of people that hated No World for
Oh,
Tomorrow.
it's a good album.
I loved No World for Tomorrow, even though like you could tell it's like okay, this is a completely different drumming style. It doesn't
Yeah.
accent like all
But
the
then
other
you
stuff.
get to
Then you did Black.
You're the Black Rainbow, where they had the guy from
uh,
Dillinger Escape Plan.
Dillinger Escape Plan.
And then he
That
did their.
guy's
Oh, it's the
drumming.
original
he's a
drummer for
fantastic.
Dillinger.
He's a fantastic.
And he's great,
drummer.
but he's great in Dillinger. I didn't find him great in Coheed.
That's fair. But
And so, like,
within
watching
But he
him-
was. But it's because like I say he's just he played what he didn't get the right No World for Tomorrow, but he was the drummer right after No World for
Yeah.
Tomorrow was recorded, and then when he wrote the stuff. But then again, you can look at I didn't like most of the written music from Coheed in
During
Black,
No World for Tomorrow.
or during Black
Or
during
you're the Black Rainbow.
So once they finally got Josh Epard back, you can hear their sound and go, okay, this is fucking
Yeah, this
Coheed.
is Epard.
This is
Yeah,
Coheed
like
again.
this is, and you saw that happen in the middle of Aftermath and Ascension, or Ascension and Descension, because he came back right as they were recording the second part, and just like that first album back is just, you're just like, that's not Chris Penny. What's going on? And you're like, you see it, and then like it pans up, and it's Josh Epard, and you're like, oh no, this is gonna be great. But it's like with Chris Penny, watching him try to play Time Consumer live
oh yeah, just
killed me because like, and I get it. Everyone said it of like, it's him doing it his way. That's cool, but for me, Time Consumer was always. And then Chris Penny would be. And you're just like, ruined, done, get out of here.
So-
You tried, champ.
So you can watch most of these drummers like ruin other songs on YouTube. What else can you watch on YouTube, Cody? Just
You can watch us on YouTube and
We ruin things all the time.
Hey,
Yeah, we ruin everything we touch.
we spoiled Infinity War. Hey.
Hey, but we had a spoiler cast, Nick.
You
were
were there. Yeah.
But you can find all of that on YouTube. Go to Pack of Geeks. Give us a subscribe. I almost said like, but give us a
You
subscribe.
can like it too.
You can like it.
That helps.
Like the videos.
Yeah.
Leave us some comments, please. We'd appreciate it. And then also hit that notification bell. Get all the info that you need and all the videos on time. But
where we sitting at right now.
yeah, where are we sitting at?
An hour.
An hour.
So
So we'll
let's do bass singer, and then let's hold off and do a part 2 for music.
I'm down for that. Yeah.
Where we
I'm
talk about our
100%.
favorite genres,
Okay.
albums, and stuff.
So, how about that? Yeah. So singer.
Well, do you have a individual like? Well, I mean, we can hold basis for next time if we want to. Do you have a very singular, immediate answer for favorite album?
not off the top.
No. Okay.
No,
All
I would
right.
say let's do that
Yeah.
next
Yeah,
episode.
all right. That's
But
fine.
for this, who's your favorite singer?
Casey Crescenzo.
Yeah,
from the Deer Hunter.
over the last year, he has immediately become like top tier. Like Killer Mike, but that's just rap, and that's not actually singing. But yeah,
Right.
Casey,
Well, no,
yeah.
but my thing is I want to talk
But Casey-
hip hop with music too later. So in the next
That's fine,
episode,
so that's a
that's,
later
a whole
thing.
nother thing
But-
I want
but
to talk about
Casey-
because that helped shape
Casey is
everything
so
I did.
fantastic, and I love his pipes.
It's just the most. He's the most diverse singer. Like what his range is amazing. His style, he can switch between styles. How he writes vocal melody. I mean, there's just nothing that's ever encapsulated like every aspect that I wanted to ever hear in a singer like he has.
Accurate.
So
Yeah.
and it's hard to like some people will be like, how are you ever gonna say that about someone that's current like or that hasn't existed before? And it's like because he's done is perfected those things. It's like
Exactly,
but that's the thing
yeah.
is he's perfected
Yeah,
them. Like
yeah, he really has.
he has made he's taken the best of all of them and made his own style that I hope more people could see and,
Yeah.
and will recognize.
So
Agreed.
I will throw a different one out there because I won't go classic. I'll go purely new with it. Brandon Urie. Because I
a good
think
singer.
his vocals, even live, right now, like back when I saw
Oh, they're
him when
better.
I
No,
was-
he sings
I
now
saw
better than
him
he
when I
ever
was-
did.
Yeah,
They were
when I saw
terrible
him when I
back
was
then.
like 16, they were not.
Oh,
They were
Brandon's
good
terrible.
live. They were tight, but it was like he couldn't.
He's matured in his
Yeah,
voice.
he.
Oh, no, I
there
know,
were
that's what I'm
songs that
saying.
were good. There were songs that were bad.
No, like Panic and
And
MCR and stuff were absolutely and the Killers. Every time I saw them live, Taking Back Sunday, all of them when they were on like MTV Live, absolutely fucking garbage.
there's
like,
one of my favorite bands
They were
still is Circa
definitely studio
Survive.
bands.
Right.
And there is on
Like
the
Florence
Stevens
and the
Untitled
Machine.
Rock show, they played Living Together with like Circa. It was not great, but it was still. I was like, you still watched it because you're like, oh, Circa, what up?
Yeah.
But
Anytime I watch a band and like their live performance is the same as their studio performance, I'm like, that's a good singer. Church is one of those because she sounds
Yeah.
exactly
Accurate, yeah.
like studio.
but she also doesn't have big range.
No, she
doesn't.
doesn't. No.
But as long as she knows that,
But
she
it's-
doesn't try
Well,
to
I
get
know. I'm
yeah,
just
that's
saying
fine.
it's easy to stay that way
Yeah,
when you
exactly.
really don't test.
I will
you're not
say-
able
Also,
to
well,
observe
I will
very-
say
jumping-
MCR live when they were doing Danger Days was a whole and Black Parade was a whole lot better live than when they were doing
Oh,
I
yeah.
Gave You My Bullets or Three Cheers.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Because you were like, oh wow, what happened? It's
Yeah.
only been a few years.
Yeah.
Yeah, but jumping back to Casey for a second, the live thing that he did, like just in a room like this, playing a guitar, doing his hand smashed his tongues.
Oh yeah, no.
And just like holding that note and then just immediately going into the verse, like right after that, it's just
Dude's
because
pipes are-
it's impossible for him to have for him to have faked that. It is obviously that it is live, and just watching him.
So you're saying Casey as well.
What
Yeah,
helps?
yeah,
Well, you know,
yeah,
and what helps
absolutely.
him is being a little bigger.
Yeah, it does.
Like,
It
like
does.
we
Yeah.
can say, right? You know, Robert Plant had fucking vocals.
Right,
Like
yeah,
he
does.
had pipes back in the day, but Casey,
And now those pipes are
Yeah.
transferred to the lead singer of Greta Van Fleet.
yes, they have been.
Accurate AF.
But Casey just has he has an extra weight and
Yeah.
and just girth in that
Yeah.
voice, and it just really it sustains.
Who do you got?
incredible.
Who do you have?
Well, I've said Churches. I love
Oh.
her as a singer.
Okay.
Her
Cool.
Stage,
Okay.
stage performance wise, she's like very like
Oh yeah, no, they're
introverted, but I'm fine with that.
That's
You
right.
know?
Well, there's so
It
many
works.
singers I've seen live that are good that they just the band is tight, the band looks great, they move. It's like watching Ghost live. There's been times where I've seen Ghost live before that it's like that was a damn good show, but they all the whole time just
Yeah, they don't move around a lot.
and you're just like,
But
all right, you sit there because like the stage looks cool, it looks like this extravagant church and stuff, and you're like, this is dope, and then they're just, and you're like, oh,
yeah.
okay, yeah, okay, it's cool, it's a good show.
We want it like modern singer or
That didn't matter. I said because we all brought up a modern singer,
yeah.
so that's what I think matters.
I mean, as my overall favorite singer, it just it happens to be a modern singer that
yeah,
I.
and that's my thing. It's like watching Brandon live for years and years and years, and watching him evolve into what he's become. It's like, dude's gonna be here for a while.
Because some of my favorite singers, though, I wouldn't say that they're technically a good singer.
Yeah.
well, that's why it's like
or
I
like-
I
love.
was like Jesse Lacey.
That's fair. I mean, he has a specific
love-
sound that you when you hear him, you're like, that is Jesse.
and that's what I was
Lacey.
gonna say is I love Johnny Craig.
That's
You
fair.
know it's Johnny
Oh, yeah,
Craig
I
when you
know.
hear Johnny Craig, but you can't put him in an element outside of a band that's not
Right.
Slaves
Yeah.
or Moroso,
Oh,
because
like-
then you're like, that doesn't work.
Tillian Pearson, like.
Well, it's like I love Tillian
Tillion's
until this
amazing.
day, and he's doing wonders with DGD, and God, the amount of albums they've put out together
I know.
already is
I didn't
unreal.
realize how many
but-
they had done. I was like,
Well, no, that's what when
fuck?
the other one I was listening to State of the Scene podcast a few weeks ago, and when they brought up that the pre-orders were already sold out for the new album, I sat there and I was like of certain sets and stuff. I was like, new album, or they just fucking came out with that, huh? And like I sat there and I was like, okay, and I was like, how long ago has it been since I worked at Journeys? That's how I margined it, because that was Tillian's first album with them, and there's been an album every year since.
Damn.
And so I was like, fuck.
Can I change my answer to DJ Ride?
DJ Khaled, best vocalist alive. We'll get to that in hip hop though.
DJ Ride.
Fucking
Um,
DJ Ride.
But no,
I love
yeah,
him
I
so
think.
much. We got on coconuts, bitch. Yep.
No, I was gonna say I like Billy Corgan,
Right.
Yeah.
and he's not a good like in singing, like he is just super unique,
Well, it's like
and he's emotion in the songs that he wrote songs and sings them in a way that conveys emotion the way that
yeah.
he needs to.
Every other member of Guar.
Oh God.
well, and that's like I like.
Are you ready for Infinity Guar?
Yes, I am. As a matter of fact.
But no, like it's like I like Spencer Chamberlain, but with that it doesn't. You can't like putting Spencer Chamberlain in Sleepwave was good. That's cool and all. I'm glad that he was in a band with a buddy of mine. That's really awesome. But then it's like you move it back, and it's like if you were to put him in a sound that didn't work like that, you can't put him in a band outside of Under Oath and it'd be like, oh yeah, that's Spencer Chamberlain. Like other than Sleepwave. Like I heard Sleepwave and I was like, it took me a while to get used to it because I was like, it made me happy because I was like, yeah, one of my favorite singers is back. But then I was like, oh, this is different. But then like you listen to the new Under Oath and it's so different. But you're still like, oh yeah, but it's still all of them together, so you can still hear all of them doing everything. So you're like, okay, it's just a new album and stuff like that. But it's still one of those things that like he's good in the band that he's good with, and that's why I like that.
Other pipes that I respect and can always listen to, no matter the context. Freddie Mercury.
Oh, Mercury all the time.
Yeah, I mean, it's-
Mercury, Michael.
Yeah.
Going back and with that, Whitney Houston.
I was going to say, do we have you had a female one? We all had male ones.
Yeah.
When it comes to female, if I'm going modern, either Hayley Williams or the lead singer of Paris.
If I go back 20 years, Christina Aguilera.
Yeah. You could argue Pink as well.
I never liked Aguilera because she always. I hate it.
I love it. I love it when people do that
so
shit, man.
much.
It's fine. I understand the disdain.
Stevie Nicks, probably.
Oh yeah.
Oh
Nicks.
God, she's just a goddess in her own right.
Benatar.
So
Pat Benatar.
man, we could just keep going with
But
females.
yeah,
Damn.
Stevie
Yeah.
Nicks though.
Yeah, Stevie Nicks.
Yeah, no,
is a good
Stevie
choice.
Nicks, like that was another thing. My dad was a big Fleetwood Mac guy, so
Heart is
Stevie
another one.
Nicks is.
Yeah,
Heart is
my mom
great.
was a big Heart fan.
I was never a huge Heart guy though, but I respect them for everything they've done. Watching them play Stairway to
Their,
Heaven,
their,
is
their
crazy.
cover of Whole Lot of Love is amazing.
Yeah, it is.
Like, oh.
But
Anyway, all right, we're rambling.
yeah, we're just
tie
trying
We
to
like
pick
to-
people to pick people.
Let's tie.
We
it.
like to ramble on.
I
Just the dude in my bar the other
I
night when
s-
Ramble
I
On
said
came on. He
that
goes, I don't know if it's Zeppelin or Grand Fred Fleet, and I don't like it. And I was like, it's Ramble On, man. It's fucking Zeppelin. Like shit.
fuck.
But him just be like, I don't know if it's Zeppelin or Grand Fred Fleet. Like, he's got his beer and like walked outside. I was like, God damn it, man.
Yep.
But yeah, but no. So part 2 for music, definitely we had that. We'll just do that next episode because, well, we could go to a part 3 because this is a topic that we can all just keep going with. But until that happens, you can go to facebook.com/packofgeeks and give us a like. Give us that first to see. That way, anytime you log on, you can see what we're posting, whether it's a new post of a new Let's Play, whether it's a post of a new episode of this podcast, whether it's another spoiler cast, whether it's maybe something special. You never know. Ooh, we don't know, man. But guess what? If you go to that Facebook and you like it, you'll know. You can also go give us a subscribe on YouTube, hit that notification bell, leave us some comments and some likes on there as well. That way we know you're paying attention and you're listening to this to go back to do that. Also, we're on Twitter and Instagram at Pack of Geeks. SoundCloud will be back up. SoundCloud.com/pack-geeks.
It has to be.
It has to be, yeah.
There's
We
no
have to.
question about
It
that.
actually has to get back up.
Yep.
But
Megan, finish moving in, please. We need you. We love
Yes.
you.
we need guidance.
We-
But
We need the Empress here to like
Empress,
center us.
But please follow us on everything you can. Keep up with us. Let us know that you're watching everything. And until then, I'm Cody.
I'm Richard.
I'm Mucus. Tom. I'm Tom.
And I'm the artist formerly known as Wildcard.
And until then, guys, we love you all. Thank you so much.